Tonight on Point Blank, we visit the Ahmed Suale matter. Now, the family of the Ghanaian investigative journalist who was killed in 2019, Ahmed Suale, has taken a dig at the Member of Parliament for Asin Central and the new Patriotic Party's flag-bearer hopeful, Kennedy Ejipon, for his recent pronouncement on the death of their relative. The lawmaker on Citi TV's face-to-face program provided some details on his controversial call for the late investigative journalist to be beaten up. The family, however, insists that Mr. Jipon's comments about Suale on his television show directly led to his death. Now let's listen to what MPP flag-bearer hopeful Kennedy Ejipon said to Umaru Sanda Amadu on face-to-face on Citi TV.
All of us were believing in Anas because of the way. But when I started criticizing his modus operandi and videos started coming to, I have a lot of videos on Anas, evidence. Then I realized it was, it was complete entrapment. Not that the people were corrupt.
So you had an opposing view to what many people hold the view of Anas.
And I proved to the whole country.
Now, Ahmed Suale is dead.
Right.
It's an albatross around your neck because of what you said publicly on TV.
What did I say?
Oh, you said that if they see him, they should beat him. I have a quotation.
Yes.
And because NDC has said that in 2024, all they need is a DJ to be playing back sound bites of MPP people. They don't have to say anything. And also
I can defend everything. And MPP, I will also play, if I win as a presidential candidate, I'll bring all their corruption.
So this is what you said about Ahmed. You showed his video and said, this Ahmed, you all know he lives in Medina. When you see him, beat him.
You see, I have a problem with you journalists.
Okay.
And you are going to burn this country.
You said this on your Net 2
hold
TV.
on.
That's where I took it from.
You see, I've said this several times. Let me tell you what transpired. I showed the video of Ahmed Suale. And when they saw it, my workers came to me and said, Honorable, don't you know this guy? You even gave him 1,500 to go and pay his school fees, which I always do for people, so I don't even remember. Then I said to them, then you have to be careful. If this guy comes here, beat him up, because he's going to set this company up.
What a good thing to say.
Yes.
Beat like physical, beat him.
Yes. Not that
you don't regret that.
No, not that I want to be president, and therefore I will come and tell you I didn't say that. No. I said if he comes to my premises, I didn't say go and beat him outside. No. Okay. I said, they said, oh, he has been coming here. I said, no. Based on the evidence I had, Ahmed Suale's problem, may he so rest in peace. He made a lot of mistakes. You know why? All the investigations Anas did, Anas never showed up with his face. Ahmed Suale showed his face. So all the people that he embarrassed in this country, Anas embarrassed in this country, it was Ahmed Suale who set them up. Ahmed Suale was the one who set the finance minister and those finance people up with some renowned lawyer. They never saw Anas's face. So if I say that this is the guy, and let me tell you the truth today, this cannot be an albatross on me. Let me tell you something. When I showed the face of Ahmed Suale, the finance minister was on his way to Dubai to meet them. So the Minister of State, Minister of State, Edubuahin, called him and said, Ish, I have seen this on Net 2. This is entrapment. He actually met them and he snubbed them. He snubbed them. They didn't know it was Anas until I showed the face and connected Ahmed Suale to Anas. So how on earth would you say that? I say, if he comes to my premises, beat him up, because he's going to set us up. And look, Kwesi Nyantakyi, look at the way he was rising in this country. And it was not Anas. It was Ahmed Suale who destroyed Kwesi Nyantakyi. Because Anas, he never met him until Kwesi Nyantakyi, he went to Dubai with the Liberian president, thinking they would get money because of the way Ahmed Suale was talking. He disappointed them. So when Kwesi Nyantakyi came back to Ghana, he threatened to sue Ahmed Suale. That is when Anas owned up that, oh, he's sorry, he was the one who did this and that. And they went there the second time, and he disgraced them.
So you had Kennedy Japan, who is member of parliament for Asin Central and an MPP flag bearer hopeful, in that interview with Umaru Sandamadu on Face to Face that was aired yesterday. Indeed, I must say that after Eyewitness News, that interview plays next. Now, let's speak to the family of Ahmed Suale. The family, upon watching or hearing or listening to that interview, issued a statement that is sought to communicate their revulsion at some of the things that the Honorable Kennedy Japan has said in respect of their son and brother, Ahmed Suale. So let's speak to Ibrahim Kamilu Tahidu, who issued this statement on behalf of the Divella Ahmed Suale, Ahmed Hussein Suale family. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome to Eyewitness News. What really are your challenges with the comments by the Honorable Kennedy Japan in respect of the death of Ahmed Suale? A lot of the things he has said many times. That, for example, he did not call just anybody to beat him up, if they saw him somewhere. He was speaking in specific reference to the boy coming to his premises because his workers had told him that Ahmed Suale had come there a number of times.
Okay. Very good evening, sir. Listening to your listeners. To begin with, I want to make mention, I want to state this clearly, that there was nowhere in the video showing Ahmed pictures they can ever mention that when the boy comes to his premises. He clearly mentioned that wherever they see him, that's one aspect. He also directed his assassins to where Ahmed lives in Medina.
All of that on live TV?
On his tape that he played, when he was showing the pictures, he said the boy lives in Medina here. So now if you say the boy lives in Medina, he knows where he lives, directing your assassins. Now they go and do the job for you. And you beat your chest because you are the richest man in the country, that you are above the laws of the country. Wherever they see him, they should beat him up. You are ready to pay. You are ready to bear the cost. Few days later, exactly what you instructed happened. Now you come back and say what? That you didn't send anybody? That you are innocent of what happened?
I see. But it's been a number of years. I mean, it's been about 3-4 years since this unfortunate incident happened. What can you tell us about the status of investigation, the status of the matter? What have you been told by the police, by the prosecutors, and all people involved in this matter?
That was, with such a character, being the chairman of Defense and Interior Committee, what are you expecting? No results. And that is what he's been boasting of. Nothing, absolutely nothing has come up.
Because we heard in those days that some persons were arrested. So what happened to those people?
The initial stages, some persons were picked up for identifications, and it comes out that they were not the culprits. So they were discharged. Afterwards, nothing has happened since then up to date.
But has the family been in touch with the police or with the investigators?
In fact, I stopped going to the police headquarters just about 4 months now. I decided not to bother myself going there again. But since then, We've been in touch with the police. They keep changing the CID and all that. We've been in touch with them. Just about 4 months now, I decided not to be going there again.
Because you're not getting any result.
Not at all.
I see. So the persons they arrested before, I mean, all the people who were around before the incident happened, have not been able to tell the kinds of people who came to execute this unfortunate, action. Nobody knows the people, because it appears that they are not people who live in that community. They came from somewhere to do their job and they left.
To do their job and left, yes.
I see. Well, one of the concerns you also stated in your statement is that you are afraid that similar fate may befall other journalists. Why will you come to that conclusion?
My brother, we are in a nation, when you are killed, we just make noise for a few days and go back to sleep. And journalists, you are the ones who give us information, the happenings in the country. And if your colleagues are being murdered and nothing comes up, don't you think those who did what they did are still hidden somewhere, are still sitting somewhere, waiting for the next target to take action on? Because they know whatever they do, they'll still go free. You see, we are seeking justice for our brother, not for him, but for the rest of you. Because whatever we do, Ahmed will never come back. But the rest of you alive, your lives are very, very important. But if somebody do anything and goes free, don't you think the person still have, the zeal to take up more challenges, knowing whatever I go on, no matter how many people I kill, I can go free? Don't you think they will still have that zeal to do that? But if one or two were arrested and justice is served, whoever want to take similar steps will think twice, will know when the law gets hold of me, I won't get it easy. But once they know, when I do it, once I'm able to leave the scene, case die, what will they do? They will still do more.
I see. You also took took issue with some of the things Kennedy Japan said in respect of how he assisted, he claimed, Ahmed Suale in paying his school fees, and you are saying that is not true. How will you know?
Okay, Ahmed, personally, I brought him from the north to live with me together with other two brothers. And all this while, the family paid his fees till he completed school. Ken has mentioned this before, and we dare him to come out with evidence. Because from his own speech on his Net2 TV, he did mention he don't know Ahmed. Now, that after you have done your showcase to let your assistants murder him, you are now coming back to tell us that your worker told you the boy came there. He should bring such a worker out. We dare him to bring the worker who told him he had paid 1,500 for Ahmed, because we know the family we don't have, but we took care of our brother until he completed his school. So Ken has never contributed a pesewa. He should desist from that. All we are now, you can't slap a child and ask him not to cry. You cannot do that.
I see. You also say, but of course, if Ahmed Suale, visited or went to his place to take money from him, supposedly to pay his school fees, I mean, he doesn't have to know him to give him money, because Kennedy Japan, we are told, does a lot of those things, and he doesn't have to know you necessarily to give him money. He hears your story, and if he starts, he gives you money.
That is what he has made all of us to believe in. He has made us to believe in that is how he is. But I am saying that is not true. He has made people to believe in that that because he's so rich, philanthropist that gives free, he don't need to know people before he do. We agree, we don't have. But I'm saying it that Ahmed has never gone to him for any assistance. This is not the first time he has mentioned it, and we are telling him to stay away from it. And in fact, he is not saying he gave it to me. According to him, one of his guys, somebody you don't know. How do you know he was the one who gave the money? And how do you want us to believe these cooked stories? And how long has those people been there working for you? And no, when Ahmed was going to school, he came there and they saw him and you gave him money. You see, some of these things, cooked stories, he go around telling people. He should desist from that. He's a honorable for that matter.
I see. You also say that at the minimum, you expected the police to look into the crime of aiding and abetting and then threats of harm. Is it a case that you made a formal complaint to the police, about this? Of course, you don't have to, but if it so happens that they are not doing anything about it, have you considered making the formal complaint so that the member of parliament is officially invited and processes can begin?
Okay, so when this incident happened at the police CID headquarters, I was told that they have 3 key suspects. These 3 key suspects was Anas, him Kena Japan, and Kwesi Nyantechi. That is what the police told us. In fact, after everything, Anas offered to do certain things for the family. But we told him, this is what we were told, that you are a suspect. So we don't want you to be so close to the family that it will look like maybe you are buying us with something or you are bribing us or whatever. So stay until you are cleared. So the police themselves told us who the suspects were. And up to date, finally, what did we see? They show us this young phone that was for Nyantechi, that I had issue with the CID. Because I told him a few things that, for me, these things that you are doing is telling us you are not interested in our case. You don't have interest in the case. Because we all know Nyantechi, his status, especially during this Brazil committee, he was coming to the committee with 200 phones, always in front of him. Apart from that, the emails and messages which you have access to Ahmed phones, their communication from Nyantechi to Ahmed was coming from Android phone. When you send message through Android phone, it indicates. It was coming from Android phones. So you can't come back and tell me Nyantechi presented a young phone that costs just 33, that is the phone he's using, and you take it. How can you get detailed information and work with? So I mentioned it to the CID, and all these small things are making the family lose interest, knowing that the police are not interested in our case. Until, of course, this new IGP, when he took over, he communicated to us and told us he would take it up, but we are still watching.
Wow. So what's the family doing now? It's been 4 years. Obviously, you've not had closure. You don't know what's happening. How is the family taking the absence of Ahmed Suale?
In fact, in simple terms, the family have left everything to God and asking Ken to let sleeping dog lie. At least he has led assassins to take our brother's life. He should stop destroying his name. Yes, it's true. We are vulnerable. He thinks we can't stand him. We can't face him. He's so powerful. He's so rich. But he should please stay away and leave our brother matter. If he is going for he has his presidential ambition, which I doubt, he should concentrate on that and leave our brother out of that.
I see. Thank you so much. Ibrahim Kamilu Tahiru, speaking to us on behalf of the Ahmed Suale family. We wish you the best. We hope that you get closure on this matter, and that you get justice in respect of the death or the killing or the murder of your brother and your son. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Point Blank tonight. Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So